Hey, how's it going, buddy, my dude? Can you hear me, Sebastian?
Yeah, dude, can you hear me, Harry?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, good. You've been going on dates lately.
Yeah, this one was like a random last minute date. Just met a girl surfing. But you're not vegan. What's wrong with you? Tell me about it.
Oh, because I tried to be vegetarian for one day, and then I got sick in my stomach, and then I eat meat the next day, and then I feel healthier. Because if you think about it, bro, like animals eat other animals.
Okay, so just because of that one anecdotal experience, you're gonna eat meat now. So if you like drank cum for a day, you're gonna like just do that for the rest of your life. You felt good drinking cum for one day.
Drinking alcohol, nah.
Drinking
Because like,
cum, drinking semen.
what's that?
You will to suck a dick and drink semen, and you felt
No, I
good.
wouldn't do that.
Would you infer from that it's good for you to just drink semen every day?
No.
Okay, then that's the logic. That's literally the logic you're using to eat meat. But what I'm interested is in the ethics, not this like nutrition stuff. So I'm just gonna ask you a question to see if we even have a common ground in believing in human rights. So let me ask you this question. Let's say like somebody out there was like stabbing children and turning them into like steak, and also like turning them into leather jackets and stuff like that, and he was like selling them in the
Mm.
street. He's leather jackets made from kids and steaks made from kids. Would you say it would be wrong to give your money to that person for
Yes.
a kid leather jacket or a kid steak or whatever? It would be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you don't think it's wrong to give your money to the meat industry and to leather or whatever. So, like, the question is, what's true of animals that if it was true of humans would make it okay to do that sort of thing to humans, in your view?
So what was the question? What if?
Yeah, because you have differential attitudes about the two situations. You think it would be wrong to give your money to a dude that turns kids into sandwiches and
Okay.
leather jackets, but you don't think it's wrong to give your money to the animal agriculture industry, which turns animals into sandwiches and leather jackets. So the question is, what's true of animals that, if it was true of humans, would make it okay to do that sort of thing to humans?
Well, bro, like think about it. Like like animals eat and kill other animals. Would you tell them to stop?
How is that an answer to my question? This is like a question that I asked. Are you gonna answer it?
I mean, like I wouldn't mind eating meat because they're just animals. Like they're different from humans. Because like we humans, we
That's
are
the
above them. Yeah.
that's the question that's on the table. What's so different between animals and humans that makes it okay to turn animals into sandwiches and leather jackets, but not humans? I'm asking you, like, what's the difference that makes it okay in one case and not the other?
But because humans have different forms of intelligence. Like that we are the smartest animal on earth, whereas animals they just eat, drink, and hunt. So
What do you mean?
I don't
What do you mean by different? By what do you mean by different type of intelligence?
like that we humans can think critically, whereas other animals they can't really.
Is that universally true of all humans?
Well, yeah. What do you think about it? Like, look at the
No,
society that we built.
I disagree, and I'm going to ask you this question to test your logic on that. Let's say we found a bunch of intellectually disabled humans that couldn't think critically to the same degree that a cow cannot think critically. If we found a bunch of like mentally disabled people and a bunch of children that are like under the age where they can like start to think critically, would you be in favor of turning those intellectually disabled people and those kids into leather jackets and sandwiches? Yes or no?
No, because
Okay, that's
I
your
I
that's
just
your first contradiction. That's a logical contradiction right there. You contradicted
yeah,
yourself, man.
but why would you as a vegan activist tell other animal to stop killing and eating other animal?
Well, we can go there if you want, but
Yeah,
I'm just
just tell them to
interested.
stop.
I'm
Like
just
snakes
interested
should
in.
stop eating the mouse.
I'm like one of the. I'm one strong advocate for abolishing predation in nature, but that's a separate topic. I'm happy to talk about predation and why I think predation is bad, and we should actually turn lions into herbivores and whatever. But that's not the topic right now. There's a question on the table. I asked you what's so different between us and animals that justifies turning animals into sandwiches and leather jackets, but not humans. You said intelligence. But you wouldn't be in favor of of turning intellectually disabled people into sandwiches and leather jackets. So that's a contradiction. So I ask you again, what is it then? If not intelligence, what is the difference that justifies turning one into a sandwich but not the other? What is the difference?
Well, with the intellectual disability ones with the kids, I kind of disagree because they do have critical thinking, even if they're not fully developed and don't have the intellectual disability than all the other animals. Like whereas animals, like they're just animals.
Bro,
Like have they built anything?
it's part of the hypothetical question that they don't have that trait that you're saying they have. So, however you define critical thinking, let's say hypothetically, some scientist told you, hey, this group of humans right here, like these humans that I'm pointing at, don't have critical thinking abilities. They don't. And it was true. Would you be in favor of like turning those humans into leather jackets and sandwiches? Yes or no?
No. Like what
Then
would
that's a
anyone do?
contradiction. Then why mention critical thinking if you don't even care about it? You would still think it's wrong to turn those humans into sandwiches. So why even bring that trait into the table, man? What's the difference then? If not critical thinking, what is it that makes it okay to turn animals into sandwiches but not humans? What is it?
Well, think about it. Like we are discussing right now, like right, we're using our critical thinking brain. 100% of us are humans. Like, is there like anyone here who is not a human? Like, can anyone tell me if you're not a human?
The question is not if they're humans or not. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. You said critical thinking is the thing that makes it wrong to kill humans. Is that we have critical thinking. So I asked you a hypothetical question. If we found a bunch of humans that were intellectually disabled to the degree that they don't have any critical thinking abilities, would it be okay to turn them into sandwiches? You said no. So that's a contradiction. You don't even care about critical thinking. What is it then? If not critical thinking, what is it that makes it okay to kill animals but not humans? What is it? Tell me.
Well, because like we as humans need to survive. Like in winter times, if there was no plant, what are we going to eat? You think we're going to eat ice? Like
Why
think
are you
about it.
asking questions? I asked you a question. Are you going to answer?
Well, yeah.
The question is this. I'll repeat the question since you seem to have forgotten the question. What's true of animals that if it was true of a group of humans, it would make it okay to turn that group of humans into sandwiches and leather jackets?
Oh, I mean, like, look, think about it. Like, if there was no plant in this world, what are we going to eat?
Bro,
Like,
answer my question. You're asking me questions. I asked you a question. You're supposed to be giving me an answer to my question, not asking me
what
questions.
was the question? Okay.
Yeah, try to use your listening ears, my friend. Listen to the question. What's true of animals that if it was true of a group of humans, it would make it okay to turn that group of humans into leather jackets and sandwiches? Is the question to phrase too difficult for you? Do you want me to rephrase the question or something? Or do you
Yep,
understand the
yep.
question?
No, I don't understand the question.
Yeah, so like basically the question is this, like what's so different between us and animals that makes it okay in your view to turn animals into leather jackets and sandwiches but not humans? What's so different between us?
Well, if you think about it, like when it comes to like employment, friendship, and like business opportunities, we work with other humans, like not with other animals. When we do businesses, you know, jobs and stuff, we discuss with other humans about politics and stuff, but we never discuss it with animal. And like since the dawn
Bro,
of
how
human
is
type,
that, sorry to interrupt you, but how is that an answer to my question?
well, well, think about it, bro. Like we all know that humans are different than
I
animals.
asked you for a difference. I asked you for the difference. You keep claiming that we're different, but I'm asking you what's the difference that makes it okay to stab one for sandwiches and leather jackets but not the other? What is that difference?
Well, it's for us to survive. Like, what if there's no plant plant there in
Well,
winter?
that's a category error because we don't need to eat. Well, first of all, we don't need to stab animals to survive. We can eat something else. So why are you bringing
Yeah.
survival to it? Do you have like plant-based alternatives around you, or like oysters and shit like that?
Yeah. So I used to be carnivore, but then I'm going back to balanced diet. So I eat meat and veggies. But if you think about it, bro, like in winter, like up in northern Russia or in Antarctica, like if there's no
You're
plant to
not
eat,
there.
what are you going to eat?
You're not there, man. You're not there. So I don't know why you're even bringing this up. I asked you a question. We can talk about that in a second. What's my moral evaluation about people in Antarctica or whatever? But I asked you
Mhm.
a question, and you're not there right now. You're in a city. Presumably, you can get your hands on like plant-based products and shit like that. So I'm asking you, what is it that, in your view, makes it okay for you to go and buy a steak made from a cow, but not to buy a steak made from a kid? What's so different between the cow and the kid that makes it okay to stab the cow but not the kid? And you answered that question.
Well, because a kid is just another human. Like why would we eat
Okay, so
another human?
I understand. So that just bottoms out as a human. Can you define what you mean by human, just to make sure we have the same understanding? Because some people are like religious and they have some weird definitions of being human. Like, what does it mean to be a human in your view?
Well, look at us. Like we are 100% humans. Like
Are you
we
using
have
just like a biological definition, like Homo sapiens is having like a
yeah.
shared ancestry with like being like this sort of hominid where we have an ancestry that traces back to Homo erectus? Is that what you mean by human?
I mean, we are a fully developed Homo sapien humans now, where
I
we
understand.
built
Okay, so
society from scratch. But
not all
what has
humans,
the
right?
other
Have
animals
you,
done?
so,
They've just
Sebastian,
been
Sebastian,
hunting.
Sebastian? Have you built a society yourself from scratch? Have you done that?
Well, I used to be an engineer.
But the question is, have
Right?
you built a society from scratch?
No, but we as other humans built
Yeah.
society
So
from
then I don't
scratch.
even know why you bring that
Well,
to the table.
have we
No,
built
but
with other animals from scratch? Like, do you think cows built society with us, or
some humans build society. Not all humans build society. I don't think it's wrong
well,
to just stab humans that can't build societies. Like I don't think it's fine to stab
and
mentally
and,
disabled people, kids that don't build
and not
societies,
one animal
or people that are like
species
me.
built society, bro.
Some people are like me that they just want to serve and debate people and you get laid and shit like that. I have no interest in building societies. Do you think it's fine to stab me?
Well, bro, like we need humans. Without humans, we wouldn't be here. There will be no Discord.
Yeah,
Like,
so
do you
it's
think animals
humanity.
build Discord?
What you
No, it's
care about then
100%
is
humans
humanity.
build Discord, man.
Yeah, you keep bringing irrelevant traits like being able to build society when what you actually care about is that we're humans and animals are not humans. So I'm gonna ask you
I mean,
a
it's true.
hypothetical question to test your logic on that. Let's say we found a bunch of people that look like humans. We thought they were humans, right? They act exactly like humans, but we tested their
Mm.
DNA, and lo and behold, it turns out that they're not humans. They don't qualify as Homo sapiens. We cannot interbreed with them, but they have minds identical to us and they have bodies similar to us. It's just that they're not humans. They're from another species. It's called shmumans. There's just a bunch of, instead of humans, they're a bunch of shmumans. Would you be fine holocausting shmumans for leather jackets and sandwiches? Yes or no?
Mm, nah, not for now though. Because if they're useful to build human society, I wouldn't kill them.
Okay, so that's contradiction number two.
Yeah.
You just contradicted yourself again. Do you understand how you just contradicted yourself again?
But bro, apart from humans, what else has other animals done?
I
Like,
asked you a
have they
question.
built Discord?
Do you understand how you just contradicted yourself for a second time?
Yeah.
Okay, you do understand. So can you provide an answer that's not contradictory?
Well, I kind of changed my mind from that. If animals like do something, like if they think like humans, maybe I wouldn't eat them because they're useful to us. But
Okay,
for
they're
now,
useful to us.
animals haven't done anything.
Okay, so let's say we have like a whole continent of these people that are not humans. And some of them they are useful for civilization, some of them, but some of them are just children and some of them are intellectually disabled. So by your own standards, they're not useful for our civilization. The question is, would it be okay to stab those ones, the ones that are not useful for civilizations, those schmumans? Would it be ethical to stab them for leather jackets and sandwiches? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, that's contradiction number three, man. You just stroke out. If you're just gonna constantly keep contradicting yourself, I don't think it's useful to have a conversation with you. You just contradicted yourself for the third time, man. 3 contradictions in a row.
Yeah, but bro, think about it now. Like, what has the animals done? Like,
I'm happy to engage in your line of questioning if you concede to the point that you couldn't justify uh, eating animals but not humans. You contradicted yourself 3 times. Can you at least concede that you could not justify your own position because you just contradicted yourself? I'm happy to move to your line of questioning, but can you concede that you were not able to justify your own view?
yeah, but like for now, like we have to eat animals for a balanced diet of like protein
But
and stuff.
are you conceding that you were not able to justify your own view?
I mean, my own view now that it's okay to eat other animals apart from humans.
Yeah, you were not able to justify that view. Can you concede on that so we can move on to your line of questioning?
I mean,
Or do you want to try again? You can try again. You can try to provide an answer that is not going to lead to a contradiction. But so far, you've given 3 answers. You said the fact that humans are intelligent, but intellectually disabled humans, no, it's wrong to Holocaust them. So that's a contradiction. Intelligence is not the thing that matters to you. Then you said humanity. And then we found a hypothetical example where we found a bunch of people that were not humans, were schmumans. You will still find it wrong to Holocaust them. So humanity is not the thing you care about. And then you said utility, the utility they provide to us. But if we found a bunch of schmumans that were not useful for civilization, you would also be against Holocausting them. So the answers you provided had led to contradictions. You were not able to justify your view. So these are the 2 things we can do. You can try to provide another answer to try to justify your own position in a way that's not going to be contradictory, or you can just admit that you were not able to justify your view, and we can move on to your questions. What are you going to do?
but is there any evidence that humans exist?
That's irrelevant. I asked you a hypothetical question. In a hypothetical scenario where schmumans existed, would you be in favor of holocausting them? You said no. It's irrelevant whether they exist or not.
Well, I mean,
So
if they're useful to us
what's
to
gonna
build
be?
human
So
society, I wouldn't eat
you
them.
have to you have to make a decision right now at this point of the conversation. One, are you gonna try to provide another trait to try to justify your view, or are you gonna admit that you were not able to justify your view and I can answer your questions? What are you gonna do?
We can just move on and then
Okay,
I'll
then
ask questions.
can you admit that you were not able to justify your view and you just contradicted yourself? Are you gonna admit that?
All right, for now, yes.
Well, yes or no? Were you unable to justify your own view? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm happy you were intellectually honest about that. Now I'm happy to answer your question. What are your questions?
So, like, let's say in winter times when there's a lot of snow and there's no plant to survive, like, what are we going to eat, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
so there's like a number of things that we can eat. Like for example, we could keep civilization going. So when it's snowing, we don't have to kill anybody, and we can just uh, use whatever means we have, like importing food to us from other places that are just not that are not it's not snowing on. It's one thing we could do. Another thing we could do that I think is ethical is to kill odd order predators, so animals that eats innocent herbivores. I think it's vegan to hunt them and eat them. So that's one of the things we could do, like hunt like polar bears or something. I think that's a vegan thing to do. Uh, we could. There's a number of things we could do.
you said hunting polar bear is a vegan thing.
Yeah, in my view and in my semantics of veganism, yeah, I think it is morally justified to kill some predatory animals. Yeah.
So it's not vegan though, like, because vegan you don't eat meat and like other animal product.
No, not on my view of veganism. It's not necessarily the case that you don't eat meat as a vegan. I think being an omnivore or just eating animal products is compatible with being vegan, because for me, veganism is just about extending human rights to sentient beings. So as long as you're not violating any rights, I think it could be vegan to eat meat. Like for example, an example is lab-grown meat. If we develop lab-grown meat, it is gonna be meat, but it's gonna be vegan to eat. And I also think some animals are not sentient, like bivalves. I think it's fine to eat bivalves, which is an animal. So it is theoretically possible to be completely a complete carnivore and also be a vegan, as long as you're not violating any rights.
Oh, okay, but that wouldn't make you vegan though if you ate like any animal product.
Wait, can you repeat that? What did you say?
Like you wouldn't be a vegan if you eat any animal product.
Well, maybe not on some definitions, but the way I define veganism, which is like a logical extension of the idea of universal human rights applied to other sentient beings, it is
Mm.
vegan in certain situations to eat animal products. And it could even be vegan to exclusively eat animal products
It
in the
wouldn't
way
be
I see
vegan. It
veganism.
would be more of like a vegetarian.
How do you define the word vegan? How do you define that word?
Because I thought that like people told me that vegan means that you don't eat any animal product, not even milk and egg.
Not necessarily, right? So some people might define it like that. That's not the definition I use. I can tell you my definition.
So
Can you
you're not
still
a
hear me?
vegan, then you might
So
be a vegetarian.
this is my definition. No, because vegetarians. This is the thing. Vegetarians. Vegetarianism is just a diet. So vegetarians don't. They don't say anything about not buying leather products. That they don't say anything about not exploiting animals. A vegan would be against exploiting animals for dairy and eggs. Uh,
Mhm.
Like I would be against that. Vegetarians are not against that. So vegetarians still support rights violations and exploitation of animals, but not me. So this is the way I define veganism. So you might have heard like different definitions of vegan, but what you're the thing the way you're defining vegan sounds more like plant-based diet. Like you're like using plant-based diets and veganism as synonyms. I don't use it as synonyms. For me, veganism is a moral philosophy against animal cruelty and exploitation. Or this is like my exact definition. I'm gonna read it. So this is my definition. Can you still hear me? Because I'm in that different app right now. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah, this is my definition of veganism, or the definition I sign off on because I think it's the most philosophically robust that I've come across so far. So it's this. Veganism is an applied ethical position that advocates for the trade equalize. Sorry, I'm gonna begin. I'm gonna start over. An applied ethical position that advocates for the equal trade adjusted application of commonplace human rights to non-human sentient beings. So, in simpler words, it just means a philosophy that seeks to extend human rights to other sentient beings. That's what veganism is to me. Like in the same way we think it's wrong to enslave humans, stab innocent humans. I think we should extend that sort of moral consideration to other sentient beings, and that's what means to be vegan in my semantics.
Mm. So do you actually eat meat?
uh I don't eat meat as a like generally speaking, but I think it could be vegan in some situations to eat meat, like freegan. Have you heard about freeganism?
No, what's that?
Like an example of veganism is like if you were to find meat without financing animal exploitation. Like an obvious example is dumpster diving. If you just went to a dumpster and grab a piece of meat, I think it's totally vegan to eat that. Or like if you were to eat roadkill, if an animal died naturally in a car accident or something and it was just laying on the side of the road, eating that animal would be vegan. I found myself in situations where I've committed veganism in the past. So I've eaten meats as a vegan without exploiting any animals. Like there's some situations that I found myself where I was between throwing a piece of.
So from my understanding, vegan from your definition of
Sorry,
vegan.
I got a phone call. Sorry. Where did you where did I where was I at? I got a phone call. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Did you understand my point? You were gonna respond to
Yeah.
it or what?
So from my understanding, vegan means that you you do eat other animals in the most humane way. So like if a chicken got hit by a car, you're going to eat it.
It's not necessarily means that you're going to eat it, but it wouldn't be against vegan ethics. Like if the chicken died naturally and it was just on the side of the road or whatever, yeah, I wouldn't see an ethical issue with eating it. I would consider it vegan to eat that chicken because I don't define veganism like it seemed like you were defining veganism as simply having a plant-based diet. That's not how I
Yeah,
define
that's what
veganism.
I've heard.
No, not people in this community. People in this community don't define veganism as just eating a plant-based diet.
Oh, sorry for my misunderstanding though, because
No
that's what I've
worries.
heard in the internet.
Yep.
but, but like, if you're super vegan, like, would you eating dead animals?
Cairo, bro, can you turn off your mic?
Right?
What was the question?
So if you're
Who?
super vegan, like hardcore vegan, will you stop eating any animals, like even dead animals, bugs, and insects?
If you were super vegan, I don't know what you mean by that. I think you can be super vegan and still consume animal products as long as you don't exploit animals or violate their rights. But yeah, there's
Mm.
some people that are just they just grossed out by animal products and they don't eat animal products. Or there's some people that have different values than me and they find it disrespectful to eat like dead animals and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But that's not my view. I don't think it's disrespectful to eat a dead animal. Like, who are you gonna disrespect? The animal, it's not gonna be disrespected. It's already dead. But there's some people with those sort of values. It's not me though.
Yeah. So, like, you know how you said that, like, for me, it's wrong to eat like other animals. But why do you still eat other animals if you think that it's wrong?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I never actually said that it's necessarily wrong to eat animals. What I said is wrong to violate the rights of sentient beings. It's
Oh,
wrong to exploit them, to abuse them, to kill them when we have other alternatives.
yeah, I get what you mean because I'm also a strong advocate of animal rights because like we
Okay,
can just kill.
are you against animal cruelty and stuff like that?
Yes,
Okay, then
but
it sounds like you also have vegan values, man. Why not act like that? Why not just stop abusing animals?
yeah, but we can eat animals in the most humane way. Like we can kill them peacefully. Like in Australia, we have a strong animal rights.
Would
I'm from
you?
Australia.
Sorry to finish your point. Yeah.
Yeah, because in Australia, like I'm from Australia, like in Australia, we have like a strong advocate for animal rights where all the animals are killed humanely, but the chicken are like running around in the farm with all the bush and stuff.
Yeah, to me that sounds like an oxymoron. I wouldn't say killing somebody's humane. That's how would you say like doing the worst thing that you can possibly do to somebody, which is robbing them from future experience. How would you call that humane? To me, that doesn't make any sense. Like, would you accept that in the human context? Let's say we had a bunch of kids in a farm and we humanely killed those kids and eat their bodies or turn them into leather jackets. Would you? And let's say it was humane according to your definition. Would you support that?
No, I wouldn't
Obviously not,
support
no.
that because they're humans, man.
Obviously not. Obviously not, right? So, and again,
They're not
that
animals,
brings us
man.
back to our original conversation, which is like, what is it that's so different between us and animals that justifies doing that to animals but not to kids? You were not able to provide a satisfactory answer.
Well, like realistically, for now, like, apart from humans, what has other animals done? Have they invented the wheel? I mean, we have created a civilization from the last thousands of years, whereas animals have been
Why
living
do you
there
think?
millions of years.
Why do you
They've
think
built
somebody?
nothing.
Yeah, but why do you think somebody has to like invent wheels in order to have value?
Well, just to make our life easier, because without a wheel, we'll be living in caveman days dying of food. But now we have so much food everywhere where we
So,
can
like
do
you
anything
could.
we want, travel anywhere.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You could have the view that inventing wheels or like contributing to civilization are good things. I share that view. I think they're fine things. But
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
why the hell enslave people or animals just because they cannot invent wheels? That's pretty fucked up.
Well, like right now, like realistically, animals, like they haven't done anything except consuming their protein, but we can kill them like as humanely as possible, like killing them peacefully when they were sleeping. It doesn't have to be rough. I support that.
You do support that, but you cannot justify it because you're not gonna accept it in the human context. You wouldn't do that to let's say like we knew like some kid was born, a baby, and we knew he was gonna die at 5 years old. So he's never gonna have like the any sort of intelligence necessary to invent wheels or whatever to contribute to society. He's gonna die at 5. And we have the option between giving him a good life until he passes naturally, until he dies naturally, or like giving him enough food, making him fat, and at 3 years old, when he has 2 more years of life, stabbing him and eating that kid. What would you rather do with that kid?
Like I wouldn't eat that kid, man.
Exactly, man. So why the fuck do that to animals? Why exploit them, kill them, just because they cannot invent wheels, man? What kind of position is that, man?
Well, and also another thing, like bro, we need a balanced diet. Like if everyone is become vegan today, like there's gonna be like a health crisis in the public health system. Like
Mm,
everyone has to see
Can you
GP to get their
substantiate?
medical.
Can you substantiate that claim with any evidence that if everybody went vegan, and again, remember, being vegan is
Well,
compatible with being an
lack of
omnivore
iron
and eating animal
deficiency.
products? Again, not only being vegan is compatible with being an omnivore, or and even with being a carnivore. Uh, Plant-based diets, you can see what the scientists say. Plant-based diets are nutritionally adequate, and they are even healthy. So you said that if everybody went vegan, it's going to be a health crisis. Can you substantiate that claim with any evidence, or are you just pulling that out of your ass?
Yeah, because like there are some people out there like who quit eating meat, and then like it doesn't matter how much plant based they eat, like it's still like it's not enough for them in a balanced diet
Well,
because they need
well, that's
that
that's
natural.
not very. That's not a very. You're just pointing to anecdotes. That's not gonna satisfy the question I asked. I asked, is there any evidence, empirical evidence, not like random anecdotes that you've heard on Reddit or whatever? Can you point to any empirical evidence that suggests that if everybody went vegan, there's gonna be a health crisis? Can you point to any actual evidence, or you just can point to stories you've heard on Reddit?
Stories. I don't think I found that empirical evidence yet, to be honest.
Oh, I'm glad you're honest about that. Well, I
Yeah.
can point you to the empirical evidence. You can take a look at the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. They just released a new peer review statement.
Mm-hmm.
It's peer reviewed, right? It's based on all the available evidence, and it again suggests that vegan diets are not only nutritionally adequate, they are good for you. So
Mm.
it's not an excuse, man. And again, you can be vegan and eat some animal products, like I said.
Well, that will make you vegan. It will make you vegetarian then, if you eat other animal
Well,
products.
maybe not on some definitions of vegan, but on my definition, which is like being against exploiting animals, violating animal rights. Yes, it is vegan to eat non-sentient animals like oysters. It is vegan to eat predators. It is vegan to uh, eat freaking stuff that you find out of a dumpster or whatever. So it is
Yeah,
compatible with being an omnivore
because
on my definition. We're talking. Remember, we're operating on my definition in this conversation. I don't care if, according to some definitions, not going to be vegan. According to how I define the word, it is going to be vegan.
it wouldn't be a vegan because I look up in the dictionary there. It says vegan means a person who does not eat any food derived from animals and who typically does not use other animal products. Because you told
Sure,
me that
but
you use other animal
sure,
products, you're a
yeah.
vegetarian then,
So
right?
no. So according to that definition, well, obviously it's not gonna be vegan. But no serious vegan is gonna define veganism like that. People that are ethical vegans see veganism as a moral philosophy. What they're caring about is about not committing animal cruelty, not exploiting animals, etc. They don't give a fuck uh, about that thing, just plant-based diets.
Mm. Well, but yeah, like because I thought that vegan means that it's like hardcore 0% animal product that you consume in. but I'm surprised that this community consumes some animal products. So I wouldn't say that you
Well,
guys
I
are
don't know.
vegan. You guys are more vegetarian.
I don't know if anybody here actually consumes animal products. I'm just saying it is compatible to how some people here define the word.
Hmm.
But
So you,
yeah, sorry. Go ahead,
so you wouldn't be a vegan, and you'd be like a vegetarian, from my
bro.
point
I
of view.
already told you I'm clearly not a vegetarian because vegetarianism is a diet. Veganism is a moral philosophy. It's not a diet. Vegetarianism is a diet, and those people eat fucking dairy and eggs. So I'm clearly not a vegetarian because I'm strongly opposed to the dairy and the egg industry, which is horrific and exploitative to animals. I'm not a
But
vegetarian by any fucking definition of the word vegetarian.
but you told me that you eat some animal products, so you wouldn't be a vegan though. Like even like
Can you repeat back my definition of the word vegan, or do you forgot how I define the word vegan?
bro, just tell me what definition of vegan from you.
So, in simple terms, it just means extending the idea of human rights to other sentient beings. So
Mm-hmm.
it is only non-vegan to violate the rights of animals or sentient beings. Like
Mm.
anything that doesn't involve violating the rights of sentient beings can be considered vegan.
Mm. But you said earlier that you will eat like a dead chicken die on the road, or like natural cause. So like
I mean,
if
I don't know
chicken
if I
die
would
naturally,
actually do that. It could be the case that it just grosses me out. I'm just saying that it would be vegan or it wouldn't be unethical. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm
it,
necessarily gonna eat it. I'm
so
saying it would be vegan to eat it.
it will be vegan to eat it, but it's still an animal product, so it's not a vegan, is it?
According to some definitions, but again, we're operating under my definition. I don't care what some definitions say.
Alright, so sorry, bro, I'm going to disagree. Like I don't think you're super vegan. Like if you're
What do you
super
mean
vegan,
disagree? What?
like
How?
hardcore,
Tell me how am I not vegan according to my definition? I don't care about some other bullshit
uh,
definitions that you found in Google because I don't see veganism as a plant-based diet. I don't care about all the definitions. How am I not a vegan according to the way I define veganism?
because like you said, yeah, you would eat like an animal that die naturally, like a chicken die on the
Okay,
road.
and how is that antithetical to vegan ethics according to how I define vegan ethics?
Because for me, like vegan means that a person doesn't eat
So
any
if
animal product, 0% of animals.
if there's a chicken that got run over by a truck, it's laying on the side
Yeah,
of the road. If somebody eats that chicken, how am I violating the rights of that chicken? Can you tell me what right I'm gonna be violating?
you're violating the definition of vegan because vegan means
No,
that
no,
you
no, no.
do not
That's not
eat
the
any
question. That's not the
animal
question.
products
That's
at
not the
all, bro.
question. That's not the question. The question is
Mm.
how am I gonna be what rights and am I going to be violating if I just take a dead chicken from the side of the road that got run over by a truck in an accident? What right am I going to be violating by eating that
You're
chicken? Can you
you're
answer that
violating
question? Yeah.
you're, you're violating the right of the definition of vegan because the dictionary says that a
What the fuck
vegan,
is that? What right is that? What right is I asked you what right am I violating?
because you're eating an animal product into your body. That's not a vegan anymore, is it?
Okay, man. Like I don't fucking care if you consider vegan according to some stupid definition that you found on Google. According to my definition, it's vegan. So again,
Okay,
whenever I
that's
use
fine.
the word
It's your
vegan,
definition.
whenever you hear this word vegan, when you heard the word vegan coming from my mouth, I just mean being against violating the rights of sentient beings or like extending human rights to other sentient beings. That's all I mean by the word vegan.
Mm.
So again, why are you not vegan? Why do you support violating the rights of sentient beings?
Yeah. But if you think about it, like if there's no animal, if there's no plant-based product anymore, will you eat other animals to survive?
Depends what
It,
animal.
like in winter times, like in Antarctica, will you
Yeah,
kill a polar bear?
I would probably eat polar bears or something. Yeah, sure.
So that means that you're not a vegan. Like you will kill a polar bear. Like you will
You
kill a
just
polar
keep
bear that's alive.
conflating definitions, man. Whatever. You can stop using the word vegan if you want. Let's just say violating rights. I'm against violating rights. That's all I care about. I don't care about like the stupid definitions you're using. I just care about not violating rights.
But think about the winter situation in Antarctica that you would kill a live polar bear, but that's violating your rights, right?
What rights am I gonna be violating? I'm saving others
Because
from being. Polar bears
you're
are
killing.
like killing machines. Polar bears, like I'm not actually 100% sure if polar bears are even order or odd order predators, or whatever. Assuming they are odd order predators, by killing polar bears, I'm gonna be saving a bunch of animals from being eaten alive. So I consider that a vegan action.
Oh, but if there's no polar bears in Antarctica and you want to eat something, will you kill penguins?
No, definitely not. Well, again, it's gonna depend whether or not they are odd order predators or not. I don't penguins. I don't fucking know about biology enough to answer that question. But yeah, like if you're talking about innocent like herbivores and something like that, yeah, I would be against killing them even in a life or death situation.
What about fish though? Like in Antarctica, will you eat fish?
No, not fish. It's very unclear. Uh, like which fish is like an out order predator or even order predator. I wouldn't fuck around with marine life just because it's an empirical hurdle to figure out which fish is out order or even order predator. But
No.
like I can
Even
just ask
shark?
you,
Will
say
you eat shark?
I could ask you like this similar type of question to you. Like let's say you were in Antarctica, right, and you were
Mm,
starving to death, and you had
mm.
the choice between starving to death or uh, stabbing and eating innocent children, human children. Which are you gonna choose?
Oh, bro. I mean, like, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, just
Like,
be
for
honest.
me to
That's what I
survive,
want.
like,
Be
I'm
honest.
going to have to eat them. Sorry, bro.
You're gonna stab the innocent children and eat them?
Well, if I have no choice, what do I do? I
Well,
mean,
you could
the worst thing I
starve to
can do is eat
death, or
myself.
yeah. So that's your position, okay? I mean, it's fine if you have that position. I disagree with. I
Especially they're
think
not
it's
my
fucked up.
kids. Like,
Fucked
if they're
up
my
to
kids, I
just
wouldn't eat them.
kill
I would eat
innocent
other
kids
kids.
to benefit yourself. I think it's fucked up to kill innocent kids to benefit yourself.
Yeah, but
Uh,
in the worst case scenario, we're going to be cannibals if there's no other options. If you think about it, like, it's fucked up.
yeah, but I see that that's in the
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah.
sort of way
But not now. You get what I
with
mean.
herbivorous animals. I see it in the same sort of way with herbivorous animals. I think they're innocent. I'm not gonna fucking kill innocent herbivorous animal. Even if I was in a life or death situation, I would. Uh, what I think is the ethical thing is just starve to death. Whether or not I'm gonna actually do that when I'm losing my mind and going crazy is a separate question. But I think it's unethical. But
Yeah,
either way, man. What is there anything else that you want to talk about? Because I think we're not making any sort of real progress here. Anything else you
yeah.
want to ask me?
Well, I'm gonna say that I love other animals. Like, I'm against physical abuse of other animals and raping other animals. But like, for us to eat other animals, I think the best way is to kill them peacefully, humanely.
Well, you support all
Yeah.
that. If you consume factory farmed animals, you support animal cruelty. You pay for it with your own money, and then I don't know why you would be against like animal abuse, but then be okay stabbing animals to death, man. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, but we can put them into sleep and then they can die peacefully, not stabbing them.
Yeah, like we do with like pigs, right? We put them in gas chambers. Are you in favor of using gas chambers like the Nazis did to the Jewish people? Are you in favor of doing
Oh,
that to pigs?
no.
Well, that's considered a humane way to killing a humane way of killing pigs. That's what you support with your own money if you buy factory farm meats.
Yeah, well, we need to find a solution to kill other animals humanely without gas chamber. Like, I think the government needs to put more research on that, in my
Fuck
opinion.
no, man. We should just why? How about this? Not kill fucking innocent animals, man. Not breed them. Not Holocaust them. Just abolish animal agriculture. How about that?
How about if we reduce the amount of meat per year? Like, the government make regulations. Like, hey, you have to eat how many kilogram of meat you can eat in a year, and then
No, man.
you get tax
That's
bonus
still
or
fucked
something.
up. That's still fucked up in the same way that if like Hitler was like holocausting a bunch of Jewish people it would be fucked up to say, let's say to Hitler, reduce the amount of Jewish people you're holocausting, man. Let's reduce the amount of Jewish people you're holocausting per year. No, bro, you stop fucking holocausting Jewish people. How about that? And let's do that with animals as well.
Well, how about if we just eat the dead animals?
Which dead
That's another
animals?
solution.
Where are they coming from? Where are the dead animals coming from?
Like, car accident or
I-
anything. If like animals
Well,
die from diseases, we can eat them.
that's fine. I mean, if you want to
I
do
mean,
that, then go ahead. But what's wrong is to breed animals into existence to use
yeah,
them
I
as
get what you mean.
products.
That's let them, yeah.
Yeah. They exploit them like before they even born, right? They sexually exploit these animals. They artificially inseminate them, and then we just treat them as products. We just care about the profit, man. We just care about making money out of them. It's fucked up shit. It's slavery.
Yeah, yeah, but like if you think about it, like, without animals, like what's our best balanced diet without animal product?
Is a plant-based diet rich in in fiber, right? It's very low in saturated fat and cholesterol. It's super good for you. It's not gonna cost you like heart disease and shit. It's
Mm.
super it's super easy to be vegan nowadays and be healthy.
Uh, I
Just
mean,
look into it, man.
obviously I've
Look
never
look
been
into
vegan before, so
look look into the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics peer-reviewed
mm,
statement on plant-based diets. Just look into the science. It's not only easy to be vegan, it's healthy for you, man.
okay, all right. Uh, Thanks anyway. It was nice discussion with you, bro. But I've got to go.
Sure,
I've
man.
learned a lot from you. Because after
Thanks
that,
for
Harry,
coming
vegan
by.
means that you don't eat dead animals, but you actually do like natural cause dead animals. Yeah.
Yeah, just not violating the rights of sentient beings. That's all I
Yeah,
care
I get
about.
what you mean. That's the one thing I've learned from today. Yeah.
hey
Okay,
Sebastian,
man.
there's that
Hey.
what Harry was referencing. I posted a link to the Academy Nutrition and Dietetics statement on being vegan in the side chat. So give that a read if you can.
Hey,
Yeah,
Sam.
sure.
Sam, also, you should watch Dominion, man. Can you share Dominion with him, the documentary?
Yeah, I can post it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You should learn what happens to animals in in these industries, man. It's horrific shit. It's pure cruelty. It's hell to animals, man. Why the fuck
Yeah,
would
that's what I've
anybody
heard from
support that?
KFC people.
Yeah, you see the documentary Dominion, so you see the sort of thing you're paying for. It's nothing humane about that shit, man.
Yeah, I heard about that like 10 years ago when I was in Melbourne. The vegans protesters were hanging out vouchers and stuff, and then they said that KFC company they kill animals alive, which I'm against as well. Like I saw it in
Yeah,
pictures
man.
and
eh,
videos. Yeah.
If you're against it, you gotta go vegan, man, because it's the only reliable way to not support that. Because even if you're supporting so-called humane farms, you don't know what's actually happening there, man. Those people abuse their animals behind closed doors, man.
Oh yeah, you're actually right. We never know, but it's not like we're going to put 24/7 surveillance dictatorship to every single farmer. I mean, like you get
Yeah,
what I mean. Yeah.
that's why we should just abolish shit altogether. But and it starts by
Oh,
going
okay.
vegan.
I get what
Not
you
giving
mean.
your money to it. You stop giving your money to the Holocaust. It's very simple. But anyway, man,
Mm.
it was nice chatting.
Yeah, I was not chatting with you.
Hopefully
Yeah,
you,
I've learned a lot today. The
hopefully,
definition of vegan now. Yeah.
cool, man. Hopefully you stay here in the Discord and you let us know that you went vegan. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
People would love you, and you would get
Yeah.
girls because girls, they don't like animal abusers, bro.
Nah, I met a few girls like they're full on carnivore diet.
Yeah, but they suck,
Carnivore
right?
diet.
And a few of them are
They're
hot
not
as
real
well.
women. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
fucking. They're not real.
I
Yeah.
also posted the Dominion link in the side chat as well.
Yeah,
If you
Yeah, that's fine,
wait,
Sam.
do you
Yeah.
listen to AA?
What was the what? What was that?
I have schizophrenia.
What did you ask, Hero?
Nothing.
Can't hear you.
I have schizophrenia.
What was that?
I have
He's just saying that
schizophrenia.
he's a schizophrenic. But anyway, take care, guys.
Yeah. Anyway, that's fine, guys. I'll see you around.
Compassion,
Check out my social media page. I post political shit in there. In
compassion
Facebook.
is sexy. Compassion is sexy. Eat pussy, not animals. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
All right.
Take
that's
care.
fine. Take care. Bye.
Yay!